Well, hello, Shawn.
Hi, Pete.
It's great that we sit here together because AV wouldn't be like AV is right now without you, right?
Well, it might have taken a little longer because I came in early, but I'm sure you would have made it, P, because you are an amazing entrepreneur that goes for your dreams and never gives up.
Well, thanks. Learning from the best, huh? When you look back at the moment we first met, actually, what do you remember from that moment?
Oh, you know, it's really funny because actually I looked it up yesterday preparing for this, and it was mid-November 2017, so it was exactly 4 years ago when we started our conversations, and you were talking to 10 possible small investors, and I came in and said that I would match that first investment. And the discussion we had was really interesting because actually everything that was in that mail is still happening today. Okay, it's went differently when it comes to how fast we grew, but our main goal and our intentions are the same. So it's quite impressive to go back and really be happy with what we agreed on and where we were going, we're still doing. And why I did it was because I really believed in changing, saving lives. If it wasn't animals' lives, it was people's lives. And the potential of the drones, and 4 years ago, drones were pretty unknown. I saw the potential, and so I'm really glad I did it.
Yeah, I'm very happy as well. If you look at AV, what are the things that you think we do different than other startups?
You managed to change when needed pretty quickly, and change is difficult. Startups are used to change, but really changing and saying, okay, now we're going to go right, and everybody turns and goes right at the speed that you do without looking back is exceptional, I think. Realizing your screw-ups and fixing them and learning from them and taking the next step has always impressed me. Your patience with some of your bigger customers as you were growing, investing in them, actually even maybe more than they invested in you, and learning from them has always been interesting for me.
Yeah. So we are now on the brink of launching our new aircraft station, the whole concept and new technology. How do you look at that?
Oh, it's so rewarding. There's been a couple of times when I thought, oh my goodness, are we going to get there? But you know, everybody goes through that. I mean, let's look at Tesla. They almost sold their company to Google. It's never been easy when you go out there way beyond the norm and start something that's bigger than us. And so this is so rewarding, and seeing the traction behind this. And also have seen the last 4 years, you know, all the colleagues that you have behind you, so dedicated, so committed, and making this dream come true, and possibly taking over the drone market in our sector. I'm so proud to be a part of it.
I'm very happy you're a part of it.
Thanks.
When you envision the future of aviation, what does it look like for you?
Oh, say 5 or 10 years down the road, drones are absolutely in the picture in a big way. I think drones can fly A to B without following a road. They'll be more efficient. They will carry people, they will carry goods, but they will also help film things so that we can be better at production and farming. Where there's no way going back. And for AV, a huge potential. Yeah.
Really about trying to make a positive impact.
Absolutely.
On any level.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's a responsibility in any kind of doing business nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It's not just the commercial part anymore.
No greenwashing.
No, exactly. Yeah. When you look back at our journey and our last 4 years together, what were things that you really liked about the journey, and what were things that you would not want to do again?
I didn't realize how hard of a challenge we had on our hands in the beginning. I think we both thought it would have been easier. That was kind of naive because it's a very complicated product. But I don't regret it. And I'm so glad I went on a journey with us. But I don't think it could have been done more efficiently. I mean, if you can see the kind of money that we spent on this compared to some of our competitors, it's pennies on the dollar. So actually, we've been extremely efficient. I just misunderstood what a big hairy monster this was, even though I don't regret it at all. And there's been times when I thought, oh my goodness, what am I doing? And I'm sure you have too, because it is a big deal and it is a big project. But it's so rewarding to see how far we've come and the opportunities we have to save lives and to make things more efficient.
Yeah, I think that when I look back at day one and when we started off with Avi, I realized it's not going to be easy. We want to build technology that's not there yet, in a market that's not there yet, in a regulatory framework that's not there yet. So it's a lot of news, a lot of new things that still have to develop. On the other hand, it can be so massively big, and therefore has an enormous potential and impact. The thing is that the only way how you're going to find out is by doing it, right? And it has been quite a complex task for all of us. But I think you have this nice metaphor that if you like a river will find its way, and it's really hard even for the greatest supercomputers now to calculate what is the most efficient way for water to take like from a mountain top down into the valley, but the water will create it itself. So by just going into that journey, being able to take the risk and dive into it, it will fall out. So I think that's what we do.
And I think you've had an amazing way of collecting believers and a team that is just works night and day to create this drone that's going to make the difference. And it's amazing the energy when you walk in this building and the potential. And of course, I think one of our biggest challenges is regulatory, just like you said, but because it's so early, we can see that as a positive and help the government make the right decisions towards drones in the future. So, we were a little early, but only the early ones are going to really be the winners in this game, I think. And so I see that as an advantage.
Exactly, yeah. And because I think also, because it has been quite a complex journey, it's going to be, or it is already, very rewarding for us also, because it's complex for everyone in the field, and therefore it's all about persistence. And I think that's really something I've learned from you. In the end, it's all about persistence, and the people that give up, they will not be there at the finish line. So yeah, I think something that I also really like, and I had to get used to it also a little bit, because I remember the first moment we met each other, and we kind of fell in love there with each other in like 10 minutes. We had been searching for a very long time to find the right partners and investors. And it just felt right with you. You said, well, okay, let's do it. But then you got a call of the rest. Okay.
Because I thought too many investors would not be good or beneficial for AV, and so I really pushed that point.
And you were right. You were right, but it was quite scary at the moment to take that decision. Although intuitively I felt that this was the right decision to do, and I'm very happy that we did.
And I invested 3 times more than they were going to right off from the beginning, so that was very helpful.
Exactly. No, that definitely. I think another thing that I really appreciated and I like, because when friends look at me, they always say, well, that is Pai, he dares to dream big. But then I met you and I thought, well, there's always a bigger. And I remember when we first found this space here, because we were looking for a new rental space here in Amsterdam, which is not that easy. And I thought, this is way too massive. And then you said, well, you got to prepare for the future as well, because maybe in a year from now you will need all that space. And I thought, well, maybe, but we'll see then. And you said, well, if you also have to make sure that you facilitate your ideas to be able to grow and to think big. and maybe the space will allow you to do that. And it's always better to have more space than to move again in a couple of months from now, because that's going to be a very big hassle as well.
Yeah.
And it worked, because the moment we started here, we started to realize, hey, but we are like a real company now, and we're able to build these big dreams, and we're still doing it, and now we're growing out of here. But
right now, look, it's completely full.
Yeah.
And the first year I met you, I think you moved 3 or 4 times. So I thought, okay, we got to stop that.
Yes. Wise decision.
So absolutely, and I was sure that we were going to fill this, because if I looked at what your intentions were on paper versus your space, it wasn't working for me. So I was thinking, nah, we have to do something else. So I was also looking at it numbers-wise, but also thinking, okay, if we're going to build so many drones in 2 or 3 years, we need more space. So it was also just basic math, but also thinking big.
Yeah, well, and that's great. Yeah. So
are you happy with the what's happened between the two of us and the trip we've been on for the last 4 years, and what could have I done better?
Well, I am very happy. I think that with such a daring and big idea, you need to find the people that really believe in that, and not just in the idea, but also in me, because for me it will be the first time that I'm gonna do something like that, and everything is still new. So somehow I need to get the confidence, and that starts with people believing in you, and you did that from day one until now, and that's something I'm super grateful for. And it's not just having confidence in me, but it's also supporting me on a personal level, helping me, inspiring me to make the next steps and move forward to, on a personal level, develop as well. So I think that are really very important assets in the growth and the journey that we have been taking together the last 4 years. And what I extremely appreciate about you being on board here as well is your extreme transparency. And I am from Rotterdam originally, so I like some directness. You can be very direct, but I really like that, because it helps us to get the things on the table that need to be there, to sort out things quicker. And it hasn't always been easy, but it has always been for the better.
Yeah, maybe a management course for me, and how I can be better at explaining it without so much emotion and not so direct would be great, but it's pure passion. So you have to excuse me for my directness sometimes, my painful directness.
Well, I think we are both entrepreneurs, both founders, and therefore both a bit stubborn, which is also probably required to do these jobs.
Well, I'm so glad to have been on the journey till now, and I'm going to stick on until you throw me out.
Yeah. Well, I hope that will not be soon.
Or there's an exit eventually, and I'm in no hurry.
Yeah. Well, that is great. Well, Shawn, as we are now about to launch our new aircraft, as a token of appreciation of the fact that you have been supporting us from day one until now, and likely will be in the future, we thought, what is better than giving our bird literally orange wings.
I heard that it was going to have orange wings, and I'm just so surprised and grateful and proud of the fact, and maybe a little embarrassed, because I don't really like to be in the front lines, but it feels really cool, and I'm grateful. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it's a great metaphor, because we love to call you our business angel, and angels, they're there to support you and to get us through the hard times, and that's what you did with us, and you literally helped us take off and fly. So when your company is called Orange Wings, of course we could not go without.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Feeling very makes me quiet, and it's
Yeah.
I'm without words.
Maybe we should just make sure that in all the aircraft that we'll produce, all the following iterations and new product developments, we'll always keep a bit of orange on our wingtips. That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Think of the first days.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you very much, Shawn.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. Great to have you on
Thanks for
board.
the opportunity.